session by Dr. Chandima Gangodawila. Okay, and I welcome every one of you to this Buddhist meditation session. I'm Albert Lagliva. I'm the OIC right now of the Philosophy Department. Unfortunately, our chair, Dr. PJ Strebel, cannot make it today. But we welcome you to this very important session. We are very used to the Western way of doing things. And therefore, this is a fresh this is really a fresh start for all of us. We welcome and we are thankful for Dr. Chandima for giving us this opportunity for us to be able to somehow get a glimpse of precisely the world that he is used to, and a world which is he would gladly would like us to enter and share with him. And therefore, thank you very much for everyone. I do hope we get enlightened by this Buddhist meditation introduction to and hopefully later on we'll be able to get to ask Dr. Chandima about a lot of things concerning this way of life, this way of thinking, and this very important tradition that is closer to us. And therefore, thank you very much for attending. Thank you.
Yes, everybody, we are going to get into our Q&A session now. So what's going to happen is that I know that some of you were there in my talk last Wednesday, the talk that was named as How to Distinguish Right Mindfulness from Wrong Mindfulness, and hope that you may have questions with regard to that. On the other hand, I would like to answer any question that you may have about meditation, Buddhist meditation, and also maybe Buddhism if you don't have questions about meditation. So if you have a question, you may go to the mic over there and then ask a question. We will get started. I want everybody to engage in this discussion. We'll start from what is meditation, how to do it, what are the challenges, problems, how to keep that going, right? And then, yeah. Who would like to start it off? Yes, Katie. Katie, I think when you talk, everybody can hear, right? So only that microphone should be given to her. Yes, Katie. Yes, the one here. Yes, please use this mic.
Professor, how long did it take you to master the art of meditation? Like, it's a more personal question.
My personal question. How long did it take to come to a certain mastery?
Yes.
Not the mastery, nobody can, unless you enlighten. Everything needs a practice, every activity, even your studies, you need practice. So I think, yes. Generally speaking, I've been doing this for almost 28 years. So since 1997, not exactly in the same way, but there was an on and off practice. So I would say if you asking from my side, it has been there for a long time. But when it comes to a very formal practice, maybe within the last 10 years, yeah. But that should not disturb anybody who is going to expect a certain mastery here for the meditation. Maybe within a couple of months, I hope that anyone can get to a certain stable level of meditation. I believe that there are three things that are necessary. One is what you call innovation in your practice. Second is consistency, and third is commitment. When some people start off meditation, they are happy to start, and they start it, and then but they are not trying to stay consistent, and they are not committed. It was just an optional extracurricular activity. So I think one of the very important thing is that to incorporate a very tiny mini meditation. We call it sometimes mini meditations. In the Western perspective, they call it sacred pose. Maybe when you do your dishes, you are doing dishes with some happiness, and you see how you remove the stains on plates, cups. You happily do it. Not you are trying to find out why me all the time. Why are not other people in the house? Why should I do the dishes all the time, right? So I think doing dishes, an activity like doing dishes, is also a very good opportunity for us to practice mindfulness, meditation. But this is a formal practice. I think that if you think you want to be master in this meditation, as I said, at least 5 minutes every 2 days, at the very least, every day in the morning, that would help you to become stable. I cannot say that is mastery, but stable, and one day you will get to that point. I mean, stability means you are getting less distractions, and you can be in that actually. Yeah, so that's how I look at it. For me, it's been there for some time, almost 2 decades. Already. More than 2 decades, yes. Can you pass the mic, please? Yeah, Gabriel will do. No, that mic for the camera, yes. Yeah, use both mics. Yeah, hold the both mics better.
Okay.
No, take it closer.
Okay. So my question is, we're talking about degrees of mastery. What is the sort of Buddhist expectation of like what mastery looks like? Not full mastery, because that's enlightenment, but I suppose like, how do you get better at doing mindfulness meditation? Well, what are the expectations? Are you supposed to get better at dealing with the distractions? Are you supposed to have no distractions at some point? What are the expectations of mastery, and depending on the degree of mastery?
As I said, I would better coin it as a stable meditation rather than mastery. Then everybody is chasing for that mastery, right? So let us say a stable meditation. When do I make meditation a daily practice? I think that is the stable practice. Rather than I'm hitting on where is the mastery, where is the perfection in that meditation. That would take us to chase it. And we're going to chase that. So we will never be happy with meditation unless it will give us a very hard time. Oh, today I couldn't meditate, I'm not happy. So let's say, when is meditation going to be a stable practice, a daily practice? So as I said earlier, I want to find out my own way to practice it. Everybody is having their own ways of spending life. Not everyone is waking up early morning. Not everyone is going through the same problems. Everyone is not going through the same spirituality sometime. So I think whenever someone is ready to make time, just like most of you today, not my grad students, they have to come. But anyway, it made them to come here too. So when you make time for this, for whatever the reason, forget about their reason, you are already here, then I think that is the way that you broke the ice here with regard to meditation and you. Second is consistency. Can I make time for this thing? Not 3 hours, not 2 hours, 5 minutes a day. Because how many things we are doing actually? We are spending our time for unnecessary things every day. Maybe 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, even watching a movie, video. And then commitment to this. So Buddhism does not ask us to expect benefits out of meditation. Meditation is a part of what you call course. I would say that practice. So meditation is the second requirement in that practice. So the first one is sila, virtue, then meditation, concentration, then wisdom. So Buddhist attitude with regard to meditation is not a standalone practice, that I meditate so I should be good after that. No. My meditation should come through virtue, sila. Through sila, through virtue, it has to come. Then that concentration that I am achieving through meditation will make me wise in making my personal choices, decisions, social aspects, my political ideas, social ideas. So that is the way. So rather than that, Buddhism does not say that meditation has these benefits, that you must hit on these benefits. Buddhism says that meditation is a part of a triangular practice which will lead us to enlightenment. So enlightenment is not possible only with meditation. Sila, samadhi, panya, that means virtue, concentration and wisdom. So that is how we look at it. But I know that you are not doing this, if you want to do, you are not doing it for enlightenment. In Buddhism, you may do it just to make yourself more calmer, and then to have some clarity about what's happening to you. So I think for that you will have tangible benefits even by now, I think. Even by now, after doing this 1 hour meditation, sitting meditation and half an hour for walking, you may have a sense of clarity now. Better than you spend time, 2 o'clock, before 2 o'clock. So there are tangible benefits. We can expect that. But Buddhism puts meditation into that triangular practice. So wisdom is our ultimatum.
Okay.
Wisdom with regard to our life choices, everything. Yes.
Hello, Professor.
Yes.
So, I was just wondering, have you noticed, are there any differences between different cultures in terms of how they meditate, or like, did you notice that some cultures find it harder or some find it easier? What have you noticed over the years?
Are there any differences between Buddhist traditions or
No,
meditation people?
For example, people in the Philippines, have you noticed, do they meditate a different way? Or people in, example, China or like the US, have you noticed different types of people? Are they different with how they meditate?
Yes, very clear. Yes. Now, if anybody who is practicing meditation in the Philippine context seems to have been following the Western style, especially Western mindfulness for relaxation. I think if you were in my talk, you may have exposed to that. Mindfulness for daily relaxation, daily calmness. So this is how they do it. If you go to Sri Lanka, they practice it only to enlighten. For the most part, they want to go to Nibbana. That's their serious practice. Sri Lanka does not have that many people who are doing it for daily life, but there may be. But overall, for the most part, they practice to attain Nibbana. And in Myanmar, they have Vipassana meditation. So they do it for their some other jhana, absorption, certain higher, not enlightenment, some kind of higher mindsets in their own meditation styles. And Zen meditation in Japan, they don't appreciate reading books. Book knowledge is not important. You need to come with a contemplative understanding through meditation. So there are differences, but I was teaching you the early Buddhism that was not fragmented, before the meditation schools came out. So this was coming from early Buddhist meditation perspective, which you are learning Buddhism in your class. Yeah, there are. And one thing is that what do they do with regard to eyes? Early Buddhist idea is that they are not having any thought about eyes. But Zen Buddhist meditation style is that they want them to open their eyes. So only you see these people here if you do that. So there are such differences. And also keeping the tongue on the roof of your mouth. This is not in early Buddhist meditation style, which even I added. But some people say this is supportive to keep the focus on. Yeah. Because, we may not be able to sometimes have the same culture of practice when we do it in today's world. Because Buddhism was started 2,600 years ago. But there are differences. The key goal is similar. It is same. Yeah. Yeah. Can you pass the mic to
Hello.
Yes.
Ayan.
You want to talk a little bit louder?
So my question.
Take this mic too closer. Yeah.
Here. Okay. So you mentioned about really having consistency as one of the tips for continuing
Success
to
with
success
regard to
after this.
meditation.
But I wanted to ask specifically, like, how would you know that when you start practicing meditation, are there like signs that it's not really working on your end? Like what are the concrete signs that you have to fix something with the way you meditate?
Can you rephrase again? How now? As I said, yes, consistency matters, and you are saying that how sure is this going to work for everybody?
It's more of are there signs that you're doing something wrong with the way you
Okay.
meditate?
Yes, that's a very good question. That's why before you meditate, it's better to approach a teacher, because meditation is not an over-the-counter medication you go buy. You need custom tailored advice for the most part. And you know, there are some academic articles that were written by certain researchers about the issues with regard to meditation. Actually, those articles were written not to highlight, not to reflect that meditation is bad. Those people who started meditation without approaching a good teacher. Because now, say for instance, my understanding that I suggest is that a 5-minute normal general meditation is good for everybody. But what if someone is going to practice 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour meditation? So that has to be done under a certain supervision of a teacher. Now I tell you one very interesting example for this. Now there is a meditation in Buddhism called Asubha, A-S-U-B-H-A. Asubha means looking at 32 body parts of the body. This meditation is not given to normal people. It is given to someone who has hypersexualistic thoughts. I mean, the person who is sexualized everything, so much intense desires, cannot control one's lust. For that kind of a person, a good, excellent teacher is advising you need to practice this, so then you will come to a certain normal desire level. Your desire is going to be normal, not abnormal at that point. So that meditation is for someone like that who has extreme, excessive sexual desires. But what if that person who has extreme sexual desires going to practice loving kindness meditation? He or she will mess up in that meditation. Why? The person's innate nature is to like everybody, sexualize everybody, and now on top of that going to use that hypersexual mentality towards metta, loving kindness. That might be not a good meditation for that person. So that's why it is, if you do a 5-minute general meditation like this, it's okay. But if you want to further like master more and more, it's better to see an experienced teacher, meditation teacher, and get the advice. Let's say someone has an anger problem. I mean, we all can be angry, but someone has an extreme anger problem. So for that person, a good meditation is meditation on loving kindness. May I be well, happy, peaceful. So that's why there are 2 ways to look at meditation practice for individual. One is to do a general meditation. If the person understands I have a bigger problem with regard to my mentality, my mind states, then I have to see a teacher and then to get a custom tailored certain specific meditation practice. So that's how we have to look at it. But I think you should be good. But if you think you have an underlying bigger problem with regard to the way how you perceive the world, see people, experience your sense experience, better to contact a good experienced teacher.
Okay, so just a follow-up question with the teacher and with those extreme conditions. So does that mean the teacher in meditation can also intersect when it comes to like mental health conditions, like with like medical conditions that are really clinically diagnosed? So do they play along with each other or not necessarily?
Do you mean the meditation teacher can help out
Yeah.
someone who is going through certain?
Yeah,
Yes.
like clinically diagnosed
Yes,
people.
yes. No, so it's the same thing like in the university. A professor is going to see a certain student is not willing to engage in the discussion and then kind of turn down certain things. The professor can understand and then he or she is going to recommend to that student to a, I don't know what office is that here, maybe well-being office. For that, in the same way, if your initial approach is an experienced teacher, the teacher will understand whether you have a certain medical condition that you need certain treatment other than the meditation. So at that point, teacher will not give you a meditation because teacher understands you should need some formal medical treatments. So he will medicalize the problem and then ask you to go see a doctor. But if the teacher understands this is something that you over pathologize, you medicalize, but it's not something you need to go see a doctor, he or she will give a meditation. Now say for instance you are someone who is very unhappy about tiny minor frustrations every day. Things don't happen the way you want them to be. And you woke up with some low mood every day, no hope, no ambition. The teacher will say, no, why don't you look at the brighter side of your life? Lots of opportunities. It's that you trim down that whole big world into a very small kind of world. That's why you are unhappy. So if teacher understands this does not need to be medicalized, she will give you a custom tailored meditation. Not even that 32 body parts one or loving kindness. There are other meditations too. But if teacher understands that you need a proper medical treatment, he or she will ask you to look for a psychologist, psychiatric, psychotherapist. Yeah. Now I share with you one example. In one of my retreats, there was one person who approached me saying that I start to hate my loved ones since a couple of months. And then she was assuming that could have come because one teacher changed her meditation style. She was doing this meditation, breath meditation, like a very general meditation. She was good. And then the teacher changed that meditation to 32 body parts meditation. So when you practice 32 body parts meditation too much, you will hate your body, you will hate other people because you understand it's just a body with brain, muscles, skin. I have it and you have it, so why do I have to differentiate these two, right? She has come to that level. She stopped going to reunion dinners, get-togethers, and she wanted to lock the door in her house and then stay quiet. And then she understood something happening in her. Her mood is not good. She started to not liking her family members. And then what I had to do, I had to change that back to the breath meditation. And things have been going better. So that's why it's very important to get the right meditation style if you are trying to do more meditation. Right. Others? Yes, would you mind giving to other people and then come back again? Timothy?
I don't need the mic.
Yes.
I guess we were on the topic of like teachers, and you were talking about a specialized teacher. I'm sure a lot of us experience meditation not through a teacher, but through maybe apps,
Yeah.
maybe through a video. So, what's your opinion on like people who experience meditation through apps? Can they still like achieve the sort of consistency and the correct meditation, so to speak, or is it like they need to go to an actual teacher, someone trained in meditation?
Well, I think apps are very necessary in today's world. Apps and those digital tools that help anybody to get into the practice. I cannot demonize, blame those apps or such thing, because maybe this could have been maybe when I see some of the people who approach teachers, their first approach was the apps, because there is no other way to approach an experienced teacher. They don't know their culture. But there are pros and cons. Now, one thing is that apps experience with regard to apps is a robotic experience, automation. Say, for instance, there may be certain statistics that you could see with regard to your success. Now, think about, you want to check how much you snore at night. You download and install one app about snoring, and you want to now track your snoring, and you think that, okay, I'm snoring a lot, perhaps I may have sleep apnea. An app is supporting me. In the same way, that kind of an initial approach to meditation through an app is good, okay. But I don't know the overall approach with regard to meditation through an app is whether is it going to really support the person or not. Because apps don't say that how often do you meditate, right? That's a big limitation with regard to an app. You turn on the app anytime and you do it. But if you go to a teacher will tell you how often do you need to meditate. You don't have to do this long. That's why some people get into psychosis and some other medical issues. They are doing meditation too much. Anything too much is too problematic, right? So I think we need the balance. I don't think that apps can give that balance, though apps are really good initial gateways to the meditation. So with the app, I think if the person can understand some general instructions, I should do it for a certain time. And if I want to further my meditation, perhaps I see a teacher. I think those are good things too.
I guess, if I may ask a follow-up question, how does someone go about finding a teacher? Like, what would you recommend as ways to find those teachers?
Yeah, that's a very good question too. Now, say for instance, you are someone who needs some proper guidance with regard to meditation. Now there are so many online options too. You can maybe join a Zoom session with an online good teacher, or you can find a local good teacher. That's another thing. I think for those who are joining from Department of Psychology, I don't know how many of are there. You're from Department of Psychology, right? Okay. The chair professor, Dr. Karina, right? Huh? What's her name? Dr. Kara. And she was a student of mindfulness course done by Jack Cornfield, and she has studied in Toronto somewhere. So this way there are some courses as well. So you can approach those teachers, or maybe a Buddhist monk. This is another option. You can follow up with some authentic true website. It's like information that you access through AI and information that you learn from a professor. Is there a difference? There is a difference. I don't know, so far, until today there is a difference. Maybe it might be changed in the future, especially verification, authenticity, analysis, synthesis, yes. So they are helpful, but overall, still we need some guidance. Guidance is very important too. We cannot replace the value of a true teacher with an app all the time. Yeah. Anybody from over there? Questions about meditation? Yes. Yes. Can pass the mic.
Hi, good afternoon, and
Yes.
thank you for guiding this meditation today.
Would you like to introduce you? Are you faculty? Or
Yeah, I'm faculty.
Which faculty are you from?
I'm from Japanese Studies.
What's that?
Japanese Studies.
Japanese studies. Okay.
Yes.
Good.
I wanted to ask if how concentration leads to wisdom.
Wisdom.
Yeah. So does a general meditation, can that lead to wisdom as well? So I just wanted to ask how that gap is filled.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Buddhism advises that the starting point of meditation is not meditation itself. it is the virtue part. What are the virtues? Not killing, not stealing, not sexually misbehaving, not lying, not taking any food and beverages to an extent that you're going to cloud your mind. So when these 5 are protected in one's life, and you are creating a very interesting space to get into the meditation. Why do we have to understand that? Let's say I make a mistake now, I lie to somebody, and I want to meditate after 5 hours. Then that lie will come to me. I purposely lied to somebody. I misled that person. And it will be difficult. So then that's why Buddhist meditation starts with taking some 5 promises. I would say 5 promises to myself. So I take those promises to myself, and then I now start. Then I go to this kind of a meditation, or maybe a custom tailored meditation given by a teacher, and I practice it. Then what happens is that every Buddhist meditation supports us to be calm in the first place, just like the Western mindfulness meditation, and then it will help us to be insightful. What do we mean by the insight? Now, Buddhist wisdom is threefold. The first part of the Buddhist wisdom is we are going to understand the change and changeability of every phenomenon. That is the first thing that will happen to us when we are concentrated. How do we understand the changeability and changes? Do we understand the changes and changeability? Now you want to go for a nice scenic place. Do you accept the changes with regard to the weather of that place? Think about it. You want to go to, where do you normally go? The very cold places nearby this place. Maybe you want to see a nice place, a scenic view. But weather is not nice, and you want to postpone going there now. You accept that change, because I cannot go there and I can see that scenic mountain. But what if a change that is happening to me in my life, somebody passes away, I get sick, someone criticizes me, and I get a demotion in my work, I will lose my job, I will lose my money. So when I am concentrated through a meditation like breath meditation, I can easily see the fleeting nature of phenomena. That makes me wise not to be worried, but to be more positive, and then to respond correctly. That's number one. When I have that broader understanding in my life, normally people only worried about the negative changes. Are they really looking at the changes with regard to good changes, getting a promotion, getting more money, getting a good job? People compliment them, right? They also have to look at the fleeting nature of the compliment. Today I am complimented, tomorrow the same person might criticize me constructively or non-constructively. So Buddhist wisdom starts from being able to see the fleeting nature of phenomena. That happens through the calmness and insight of the meditation practice. Second, when I have it, then I can see the dissatisfaction, frustration that can cause when I don't understand the fleeting nature of phenomena. Think about, I was not happy with somebody's treatment to me for many years. This is an example, imagine an example. But then I understand people are changing. Maybe that person might be changing too. Maybe I stay away from those people. I want to make sure my safety. So then, secondly, you are able to understand through the meditation that how does frustration, suffering, dissatisfaction arise. Second part of the wisdom. Third part, the most important part. This is where you're going to non-identify, deconstruct all phenomena. Now, when someone criticizes me, what is the immediate thought that is popping up in my mind? Why me? I should have not been mistreated by you, criticized by you. But then I understand I was criticized today morning by somebody, and now what time? Almost 4:20. That person who criticized me was not living anymore because previous self, and the one who was criticized by 8:20 today morning was not existing anymore. So why do I relate myself to a non-existent situation? So I can non-identify. I can deconstruct the constructions. That is the highest level of wisdom. So that concentration will help me to calm down, to be insightful. Immediately I be able to see life in three angles. They are interdependent. First thing is being able to see the fleeting nature, being able to see the frustration, dissatisfaction when I don't understand the changes, fleeting nature, and finally I will be able to deconstruct, non-identify the whole phenomena. So I am much more insightful, wiser in my life with regard to my views, socio-political views, anything. So that is how it is connected, interdependent and connected. And they are interdependent and interconnected. Not that when you do virtue, when you go to concentration, you have to give up virtue part. So virtue, concentration, wisdom, you practice one by one, and then after that you practice them simultaneously because they go hand in hand.
Thank you so much.
Every Buddhist has to, someone who understands Buddhism has to understand the way of wisdom. And on another note, Buddhism identifies wisdom in three ways, the source of wisdom. One is Sutameya Panya, wisdom acquired through books, texts. I think we all do that in a university. But the problem is book knowledge is always being upgraded, right? Like science knowledge. Second is that book knowledge is not enough. Or knowledge is not enough. What do we normally understand by the university's mission? Make the new knowledge and then disseminate the knowledge. That's why the people have to, academicians have to write articles, disseminate, right? They have to test and rationalize. So the second part of the source of the wisdom is, we call it as Chintamaya Panya. Wisdom acquired through rationalization. Do we rationalize our knowledge? Especially the knowledge you are learning here, philosophy students, maybe psychology, maybe some others, and you said you are from that faculty. Yes, so we have to rationalize. And third one is wisdom acquired through cultivation. This wisdom. So when we cultivate, what is to cultivate? Wholesome thoughts. Generosity, loving kindness, altruism, right? These are supposed to be cultivated by us. So that is how we look at the wisdom and how it is connected to the meditation, concentration.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Over there you have a question. Yes. No, the one between. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. I guess one question would
You want to
be...
introduce yourself?
So I'm Anelli Chua, faculty at School of Medicine and Public Health in Ateneo. I guess my question would be what can count as meditation? Like for example, we do have, you showed us today 2 types of meditation. One is breathing, the other is
And walking.
What about what if you're doing your own kind of art, or you're doing a repetitive motion, or even sa Catholics praying and doing the rosary? Do they count as meditation? Yeah.
There are 36 meditations. I think I don't know whether I can show you. If you were in my talk, I already showed that. I will show you once again. I think you were not in my online the talk, right? This was the slides on presentation on Friday, Wednesday talk. Here I have given the number of, you can see 36 meditations. Now breath meditation is a part of Kaya Anupassana. And there are 35 meditations. Walking is one meditation. Sitting meditation. Now you are sitting, right? You are looking at me and you know what you are doing, right? If your mind is going somewhere now, then it's not going to be a meditation. You are fully aware that you show the willingness to learn now. So it's a meditation. By 4:55 o'clock, you are standing. Then when you know you are standing, it's a meditation. But you don't know you are standing, it's not a meditation. So how many of you have done that? The moment that you are standing from sitting, if you know you are standing now, it's a meditation. But for many people, It is an involuntary action. It has never become a meditation. So walking, sitting, standing and lying down, as long as you are going to really sleep. Lying down is also a meditation in Buddhism. And eating, what about eating? Eating is a meditation. I will show you how to do it here. I think I have a, yes. I can just share with you. Now, Buddha asks his followers to mindfully eat. The purpose is to stop overeating. Is overeating a problem? Especially in the Philippines? It's a problem. Obesity, it is a problem. So I think mindfulness on eating can be a good meditation for us here. Why? Then we know how much we are supposed to eat. Normally people eat with compulsive eating habits. They don't want to eat. They go open the fridge, they eat. Go open the fridge, they eat. Just because there are food, and sometimes they are blaming the people who brought the food to the house as well. Who brought, that's why I'm eating now, right? And they are finding victims for that, culprits. So eating is a meditation because you are reflecting, why am I eating? I should not overeat. That's a meditation. And then what are the other things? When you are not talking to someone, you are silent, you know why you are silent. Every activity is a meditation in Buddhism. Second part of your question is calculation. Well, this rosary idea, in Mahayana Buddhism, in Chinese versions, they have a rosary. The Buddhist monk is trying to chant mantra or maybe chanting for 108 times. 108. Maybe Tibet tradition, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Well, some people, even when they do breath meditation, they are counting. 1 breath, 2 breath, 3 breath. Some others, when they do walking meditation, 1, 2, 3. I think it's not necessary to count. Then you will be troubled by the numbers. Just do it naturally. But for some other people, they think it is a good start for them. If you think it's a good start, you may count. But later on, you are going to stop that counting. Otherwise, you will be attaching to the numbers. Today I couldn't go 10 in my meditation, so I think I am not good in that. You don't have to. Every day is a different day. If you go by the numbers, are good to start for some people, but it shouldn't be our mainstream meditation practice. So there are so many meditation styles. When you only sit, you do this for 5 minutes, breath meditation, and when you eat mindfully. And when you talk, meditation on talking, the most important thing nowadays. Why? A lot of people are hating other people. A lot of people are insulting other people on social media, right? They are body shaming. They are using hate speech against people. So Buddhism talks about mindful speech. Is this word leading to someone's insult? Is this leading to hurt? Is this leading to gossiping? Is this leading to lies? Is this leading to division? Sometimes some people, they share things without verifying what those information, and all the followers going to believe what you share. Okay, my friend never shares anything without fact checking. So that means in today's world, we have to combat digital misinformation, especially with regard to AI and some other things. Not even that, our own views. How should I engage in a mindful communication on my social media? Do I hurt people? Do I gossip? Do I idle chat? Do I lie to people? We understand certain political scenarios where politicians might do that. Not everybody, yeah? Some, they might do it. They want the votes. But we look at it in a very mindful way, how to approach such things. So speech, mindful speech. So meditation is very much what you call multifaceted. So you can't say only one or two.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we have time. Anybody over there on that side? Yes. Okay, over here.
Um, I'm Angelo from.
What's your
Iter-
name and
Ah.
joining from?
I'm Angelo, and I'm a third year in philosophy.
Okay, you're from
Um,
Department of Philosophy. Okay.
My question is a bit personal. During our breathing exercise, I was actually having trouble releasing tension from my body. I've tried the long breaths, deep breaths, short breaths, but I found that it's just stressing me out. Once I keep thinking that I can't relax, why can't I relax? So my question is, what do you do in those moments where releasing tension or just meditation is the only way to calm yourself?
Well, that's why I particularly shared the third stage. That means definitely if you have not relaxed your body in terms of any tightness or tension, you will not be able to watch your breaths. So the only way to do is take an exaggerated breath. Deep breath. Take one deep breath. If it didn't work, second deep breath and third deep breath. It should work. If you are still struggling, when you keep doing for a couple of days, you should be getting there actually. So deep breath. That's why then if you have not relaxed yourself, you will see body as a pain body. My body is painful. I cannot watch anything because when I let myself relax without proper relaxation method, but I want to see my breath, I cannot see my breath because I see my body as pain body. Pain body thing will be gone out if you properly relax by taking that deep breaths. So that's the way to do it. Yeah, that's a mandatory requirement. Relaxing the body. Now there is another problem here. Now when you relax the body, be careful. Don't relax it too much. If you over relax, you feel drowsy. If you less relax, you will see the pain body, just like how you went through. So we have to balance out. Properly relax, not under relax or over relax. You're trying to perfectly hit that medium buffer area. I mean, it will take some time, but like next time when you do the deep breaths, by that time you should be seeing a certain development, progress in that.
Can I add? Do you have any tips for like fast acting when for example, when you are in class and there's like a recitation, a surprise recitation, do you have any tips for that?
Stage fright.
Yes.
Issues with regard to stage
Yes.
fright. Well, everyone is having some tension with regard to a presentation. Now, the first day I gave a talk, 28 years ago, I gave a talk, my first talk, Dhamma talk, and I didn't know how to analyze the talk. I simply put everything together and I don't know, the talk was finished. I have nothing to talk after that. But generally speaking, I have given a talk about 38 items of blessings. We should have been analyzed maybe within 4-5 hours. If I had analyzed 5 blessings, I could have taken 3-4 hours, but I didn't know how to analyze. That was the first day. Audience, and then me being very little and I don't know how to understand society, that analytical understanding. So as I keep doing talks, then I understood that I have done it before. One very good motivation to remove the stage fright is that I have done it before. When you do the first presentation, you've done it. So you can do it. That's a very good inspiration. Second is that if you can join a club like Toastmasters Club. Do we have a Toastmasters Club on campus here? Toastmasters Club. Like people come together, sit down from many faculties, and they are having some, impromptu speeches. Okay, talk about deforestation. Then you have to talk something. And can you talk about abortion from Catholic understanding and Western understanding? You have to talk. You may not talk in the first place, then you are asked to talk. That's a very interesting. Many universities in the West, they have the Toastmasters Club. So it's a club. So it's an international club. So they join together. People from this faculty, that faculty, they improve their speech. I think it's good if you can. If you cannot join that here, maybe you get together with a couple of people and you talk. So I think those two are. There are three things. One is that. There are certain provisions to understand with regard to our, early time of talking. Second is that inspiration. Third is what you call joining that kind of a place. I don't know how do you call it here. Like a mini situation. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Over there, yes. Justin, can you use the mic for the No, for the camera. Yes.
So hi everyone. Yes, I'm Justin. So just to introduce, I'm actually one of the students from Buddhist psychology class, and I'm also in my second year from JGSOM under leadership studies. So my question to you, I think it's more from the perspective of educational leadership. So given your personal rich experiences in teaching, in coaching, in publication, because you're also one of the chief editors in some international journals, and also you have rich experiences in teaching across North America and also in South Asia Pacific. So how do you think the Buddhist, let's say specifically meditation development in the Philippines, and how do you see the significance to teach Buddhist psychology or Buddhist relevant courses in a Catholic set-up school? And do you see any challenges, or you have any insights you want to share, let's say in the bigger context in the Philippines versus the other countries in Asia? Or if you can expand a little bit to the context of, let's say, North America versus Asia. Thanks.
Interesting. Okay, so in the North American context, you cannot teach meditation with virtue part that much. This is one observation I'm talking here. I can show you maybe. You can see here. Secular mindfulness often omits sila, virtue or ethical conduct. The cultivation of virtue receives little emphasis in secular mindfulness programs or retreats in the West. In Western context, virtue is sometimes regarded as restrictive and even as contrary to meditative calm. This was a claim by a writer. So in North American context, when you teach meditation, actually I've been teaching meditation to the meditation club at the University of British Columbia, Vancouver, for 4 years. I was a Theravada Buddhist chaplain on campus for 4 years in Vancouver. Well, you don't talk about Theravada, Mahayana, Vajrayana. You simply teach Buddhism without so much of Buddha baggage. You don't talk about Buddha that much. Like Goenka meditation in India, they don't talk about Buddha. They talk about the Buddhist teachings. So in the Western context, you don't highlight that much about the Buddha and Buddhism that much, because atheist mentality, agnostic mentality, Western mentality. South Asia, it is no problem, and also Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Singapore, you should be good. But here, when you teach meditation, Buddhism academically, as you ask, educational point of view, then in my case, you have to be aware about not making it as an indoctrination. So I always teach my students that what is the purpose of you learning Buddhism here? You are not going to be a Buddhist here. By learning Buddhism, Buddhist philosophy, Buddhist ethics, Buddhist psychology, you're going to be a better Catholic. Because Buddhism is not a religion. It's neither a religion nor a philosophy. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of life. So you want to make your life better. Doesn't matter it comes from Buddhism, Islam, or whatever religion. So by learning Buddhism, you will bring an extended layer of wisdom to make yourself a better Catholic, better Christian. There is one student from Islam in one of my classes too. So that is how I teach it. But I don't think that one of the comments I got was that when they learned Buddhism, they were not intimidated. That's a good tactic in understanding what I'm saying here. Like learning Buddhism from someone who is from that background and not teaching it as an indoctrination. But still, I can bring about that true, authentic Buddhism way better than I'm teaching in a North American university, where virtue is not that much encouraged. So that is how I look at it. Especially Buddhist teachings have become very much very practical, pragmatist teachings to anybody. So that's how I teach it. So my pedagogy is going around that kind of perspective. Colleen, yes. Colleen has a question, yes. We have 10 more minutes. Yes, we have
Hello,
time.
I'm
Yes.
Cole. I'm from the Buddhist psychology class. My question is, how do you process pain during meditation? Because sometimes pain comes and it doesn't go away. So how do you process it during meditation? Because I've also heard that sometimes meditation helps with chronic pain. So how does that work?
Well, now we have to understand two things. One is chronic pain, one is the normal pain. Just like what he mentioned, because he was not able to relax enough, then you couldn't meditate that good, right? You will meditate, but not today in that perspective, because he could have relaxed more. I mean, between not too relaxed, not that less relaxed. Chronic pain, there is a meditation I will show you. This is the second set of the meditation. You can see here. Mindfulness of body, there are 6 exercises. You can see mindfulness of feelings. Pain is a feeling, right? Buddhism identifies 3 types of feelings. One is happy, second unhappy pain, third neither happy nor unhappy, right? So according to this feeling part of the meditation, you can see here, it's here, happy feeling, unhappy feeling, neutral feeling. Some feelings are defiled, akusala, unwholesome happy feelings. Some are wholesome happy feelings, some are wholesome unhappy feeling. So there are 9 types of feelings that is going beyond the triad of 3 regular feelings which Buddhism says. Let's say someone is having a chronic pain. Think about it's attached to cancer treatment, it's attached to a certain treatment or maybe a symptom of a thing. So that person can incorporate the wisdom teaching which I shared with her just now a while ago, that okay, I have a pain in my leg, and according to Buddhism everything is changeable every time. Now it is painful, because not every pain is similarly painful all the time, right? I mean, the person might take a painkiller, second the pain might come, stay and go. So through this mindfulness of feelings, I'm going to look at the dynamic, fleeting nature of my pain. So I can see it is arising, it is staying, it will go away. So then the response I am doing the reaction to my pain would have been different. Oh, it's very painful, my leg is very painful, I can't take it anymore. But when I develop that understanding, I can bear with it, right? I can bear with that thing. I have a better response to my until I go to the treatment. I understand, unless you are having a very incurable sickness, there are ways to manage your chronic pain. It might be a what you call painkiller or something. But I understand those people who are going through chronic pain, they are on the way to get a proper treatment. So I say for the 4 months, let's say the knee surgery is scheduled for 4 months from now. So how to survive those 4 months? So then mindfulness of feelings can help to understand the fleeting nature. This pain is arising. And also you can bring the third part of the wisdom. What is it? Is this leg mine? That's a good question. Now the pain is in the leg. Is this mine? May I know? According to Buddhism, Buddhism talks about self and not self. Self-wise, yes. If it is not mine, then why it is here, right? It is mine. That's why it's here. But why it got the pain? The person who is holding the, having the leg is having the pain. Nobody likes to have the pain. Then why it got the pain? It is my leg. I don't like my leg is to have pain. That means I don't own it in the real sense. That is anatta, not self. Then I can understand the third non-identification, deconstruction part of the wisdom with that feeling problem. If it is mine, it should be happy feeling. It should be not painful. Why I am getting sick? Because this body is not mine at a certain point. That's why I am sick. If it is mine, I really quit that. I really take care of, but there are times I cannot take care of myself because I'm a part of this inevitable pain. So understanding that inevitable pain and curable pain, chronic pain coming from the wisdom on one side. On the other hand, for those examples like relaxing problems, then getting a pain when you don't follow the proper instructions can also be treated. We have an undergrad student here from one of my classes, Philo 12 classes. Yes. Yes.
Hi, sir. I guess just to...
You want to introduce your name?
I'm Gab for AB Development Studies, and I'm taking Philo 12.
And fun fact about you, and he said that one fun fact about him was that he's spending 12 years in Malaysia.
Yes, sir.
Were you born in Malaysia?
No, sir. I left. I left the Philippines when I was 3 years old.
Okay.
Then,
yes.
I guess, sir, just to end, since the time is running out, any difficulties in starting the meditation? Any challenges in general and on your end? Like, what have you faced in the difficulties of meditation?
You mean for a general person?
Yes, sir, and also personal experience as well. To attain stability.
Well, the thing is that number one problem is that why do I meditate? It's a question that we have to answer, right? We don't have to enlighten to meditate, right? So some people are kind of when you understand certain ways of teaching meditation, some people think I have to enlighten. So that is why Western mindfulness stripped out that enlightenment part and then promoted it as a commodified, commercialized version of meditation. Starting from John Kabat-Singh's 1919's book about meditation mindfulness. So first, that person may have a hard time in understand why do I meditate? Why do I need to meditate? That's number one. Number two, how to meditate. The first one is a challenge too. Second one is a challenge without the proper advices. Third is how to sustain, deepen, maintain my meditation. The fourth one is that to have a feedback about my meditation. I cannot just do it because it's kind of dangerous in a way. Because if you look at those people who are terrorizing, who are even killing other people, they have their own psychological problems. When they were questioned, why did you do that? You see that the very thought must have come from a certain mismanaging certain thoughts. That's why I think we need a daily or maybe a routine supervision from a teacher. I think these are the challenges. I think if someone who wants to get into meditation can overcome these couple of them, the person can start a meditation. But if you are not too serious, you can do a 5-minute meditation every day, just like how we did in that 1 hour. We can take one more question and we will wrap this up. Okay.
I guess I'll take the question, and I guess it's a question about sort of the difference between individual meditation and group meditation, and when do you recommend group meditation? Because I find myself more mindful and more focused when I'm in a group, kind of because of like peer pressure. So I guess I just want your opinion on like when do you recommend someone to have individual meditation and when to recommend group meditation?
Well, very interesting question. Now, I might be self-motivated. You may be self-motivated through your studies that I want to be peaceful. Some others may be self-motivated too, but that alone is not enough. As you said, when you do the group meditation, you will be able to more inspired and then to carry it out. Because you are thinking, how come can some other people stay mindful during the meditation? I couldn't even keep myself calm. I'm kind of distracted, but others could do it. Why me? Why not me here? Then I think that inspiration will only come when you sit with other people. So I would say, yes, a regular solo meditation is necessary. Time to time, joining a group like this, maybe another place, it's also important. So these two go together. Because we are not inspired in our own way, we are inspired from other people too. So those two have to go hand in hand. Yeah, that will give us very much inspiration. All right. Looks like there are no questions anymore. With that, I want to be thankful to all of you for making time to come here, especially Department of Philosophy, Miss Tony here since our beginning. You want to say a few words for this event? You wanted to say something before? Okay. So thankful to the Department of Philosophy for organizing this event, and also happy to see all the students and then others who are making time. And this was a follow-up to my talk on Wednesday. If you want to get the video recording of that talk, I can send you. Department also has that YouTube link if you want to have. So I hope this meditation session kind of enlighten you to do a meditation. You may need to do it. It is not just to enlighten, it is to make yourself more clear in whatever you are doing. So with that, I wanted to say thank you and have a good evening. Thank you everybody for coming. Yes. Perhaps we will have a group photo before we leaving, and we can